Take it from there, Steve.
Okay. It's amazing how Burgess speaks about it, that it's, what is it? It's the, an automobile wrecked by a train. And then how Burgess speaks in his video about the Ouroboros and how it's eating its tail. It's funny, he calls it a worm. I always thought of it as it's a snake or a dragon, but it could be a worm too. And so then I went into the studio, and here's Ouroboros.
Wow.
Sophia painted this.
Nice.
Oh.
Huh.
Yeah, and it's eating, consuming oneself, but it's in the cycle of ending and then a new beginning is possible. So this is what this Sabian symbol is meaning. It's like devour ourselves to be reborn as something grander. And it incorporates the memories that come before it, which are inherently beautiful. And then, of course, there's always the shadow side of it too, of the symbol. And it's the curse of it is it comes and consumes the world. He sought to control, warning of self-consumption leading to self-destruction. And I go, oh, yeah, if I look at the outside world and what's going on, yeah, maybe that's what's happening here. It's consuming. So that's my thoughts on it anyway. We have Dane Rudyard's the astrological mandala.
Mm.
And he says, this is at Cancer 5 degrees, which is what the new moon is today. At a railroad crossing, an automobile is wrecked by a train. The keynote is the tragic results which are likely to occur when the individual's will pits itself carelessly against the power of the collective will of society. So the automobile symbolizes the individualized consciousness eager to pursue its own course of action, regardless of how it may conflict with the collective consciousness of the community, the train. The symbol implies that at this early stage of the new process, which began with this seventh scene, all such individual and relatively anarchistic or law-defying attempts are bound to fail. The driver may live, but his car will be wrecked. Lest we consider this phase totally negative, we should realize that most of the time, man learns his lessons through relatively destructive experiences.
And women too.
Yeah, well, this is written in when? By Dane Rudyard when everybody said
I know.
he. But I agree with you. Let's see. We should realize that most of the time, humans learn their lessons through relatively destructive experiences. The via negativa of the mystic, or even the strange occult concept expounded in some sects of salvation through sin. One may speak here more generally of karmic readjustment. This will become evident in the next levels. Wow. So yeah, I think we're in a karmic readjustment.
Mhm. Can I add something to that?
Yeah, please.
To me, because I wrote about this in my moon mails, and to me, the word carelessly is the key, because we've seen lots of like movie footage of guys racing with the train to see who's going to get across first, right? That's careless. You could be waiting for the train to pass, and then you could go to the peaceful protest that you were planning to attend. So the carelessly, it's like not putting your head out when it's dangerous, but keeping your head down.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it's safe, go and do your stuff to make a difference in the world. So I think that word carelessly is the key to the whole, like working with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So on the social media, I was watching it seemed like a guy who was in the armed forces and he's driving and he's venting and saying, this proclamations of against each other in these conflicts, he says this sounds more like WWE, like fake. I'm I'm going to I'm going to attack you, maybe. And it's all this bluff, and it's like uh, it's just a big show. So and it's careless.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I always feel this had to show up. We had to see how the via negativa, that just what these people are really thinking.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, hopefully light comes out of it, but we had to see it. And it's changing, things change. And I just know, as Brenda talks about the map of consciousness, what most of these people are doing on the world stage is at a very, very low activity on the map. It's like it's
Mm-hmm.
down there in those lower levels. So it's a very low vibration of what they're doing. So I'm saying to myself, don't get too, be aware of it, but don't get too hooked into it because it's just all operating on such a low vibration,
Mm-hmm.
referring to the map of consciousness, as Brenda said. So seeing Dwayne and Sophia's shirt there, that's the end of my presentation.
Thanks for that, Steve.
Yes, thank you for that.
Mhm.
You. And before I forget, thank you for Sophia's mandala.
Well, you're welcome. Yeah, they're going out into the world. So when I visit the rest of you, then I'll bring one along.
Y'all come.
Yeah, thank you.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, I'm detoxing. I'm drinking decaf Swiss water coffee
Mhm.
instead of, I mean, I only drink 1 cup a day, but it was still caffeinated. And now I've decided, no, I don't need that, the caffeine.
My body's definitely needed a reset this last 2 weeks, but I'm drinking Solomon seal tea. It's supposed to be good for lungs and various things. So
Yeah.
Cava cava on this end.
yeah.
There's Kava Kava Man,
Oh, I can smell it. I got
Solomon Seal.
Coffee.
Barbara's got water.
Adam's, also known as Adam's ale.
You have tea?
Yeah,
Earl,
herb tea.
Earl Grey hot.
Earl Grey.
Earl Grey hot tea, and Barbara has
Something like a mix, like something for cleaning and some lavender for the nerves, just to be
I just spilled my Earl Grey, so I've got to go for a minute.
just to, yeah, to drink, because this is very important. I'm drinking not enough, so it's like, and it's also good, like lavender. I like the smell and the taste, so I drink that. Different kind of herbs. I don't know the names in English, so, but I make my own mix, so whatever I feel like it.
Nice.
Barbara's Brew.
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I like tea. I like cold tea, especially when it's hot. So it's good.
Hmm.
Yeah, coffee. I can. Well, I had coffee. We went for a walk and stopped in our favorite bakery. And there's always cheesecakes and coffee.
Oh, yes.
And with cream on top and cinnamon, and she
Yeah.
makes it. She's an Argentinian lady. She really she made this huge mountain of cream on top, foam, and then the sprinkle. It was perfect today. It was like half a minute eating that with sugar, brown sugar. Oh my God. Yeah, it's a real treat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It sounds
that's
like
for.
the European 4 o'clock treat.
Yeah, no, that was for the morning,
Oh,
for the
morning.
morning walk, because I walked with my son, so we walked, and we had to do some shoppings. But to make shopping more pleasant, we go and have coffee in between. So that's cool. We have this pleasure and pain kind of thing,
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and mix it.
Hmm. Feeling
And
it all. Feeling it all.
And yeah, and going out, it wasn't really pleasant all the time with this wind, but now the weather is beautiful. And I did send you guys these flowers, the
Oh,
hibiscus
yeah.
flowers.
Hibiscus.
Fabulous.
Yeah. So I thought, oh my God, they're so beautiful. So I shared them with you guys. Yeah, I have a question for Sari. How do you see the development in Canada happening now with related to your reading you gave for us? Do you see things showing up? What you said, like they are working it out, or is it different this time? Like I'm just reading that some provinces want to or really went out of Canada. They disconnected with Canada, so I don't understand anything what's happening over there.
They haven't done that yet. There's just some idiots trying to get it to happen. But
So so it's only like you said, like a sibling
squabbling.
fight still, or what?
Yeah, they're still squabbling. Yeah.
So like you did in your predictions.
Yeah, I think it'll be worked out, but we're in it right now. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, we just have to send our positive energy.
But
Yeah, it's like
the socialist NDP leader in Alberta, he won his seat in Edmonton yesterday.
Uh,
So
really?
that's a social movement, which is what BC's government is.
Hmm.
mhm.
So So he won. And there's a separatist party in Alberta, and they came in, out of 4 candidates, they came in 4th place in that Olds Carstairs area. So,
Hmm.
there's people that have that,
It's
and
just seed hopping.
they've even named it the Republican Party. So it's like,
So it's just seed hopping what they're doing, hopping from one seed to another, like
Yeah.
it's like moving around like siblings would do.
yeah,
No, it's not a big change
yeah.
happening.
Like musical
It's just like
chairs.
Mhm.
moving. Yeah, yeah, my God. What a system. Isn't it feeling strange for you guys or what?
No, not really. It's always been, to me, Alberta. I grew up
Uh-huh.
in Alberta, and that consciousness was it's oil industry,
Mm-hmm.
and and having lived in Texas, that's where I see it's like Texas North, and that's where they have that tie. Because a lot of the engineers and a lot of the oil and gas is out of Texas, so there's that tie there. And
Mhm.
you go to Calgary, and there's people walking around in cowboys outfits,
Yeah,
and
I haven't seen that part. I haven't seen any cowboys. I just
it's the Calgary Stampede. That was
mhm.
happened in 1912, and it was started. There was some Americans involved, and so it's got that black
Cowboy
gold,
energy.
black gold root of uh,
Mhm.
of oil, and they use that to. That's their commodity, and then they use that. If they don't get their way, then they threaten the rest of Canada, and it's also a belief that the rest of Canada doesn't listen to Alberta or the West's needs either. And it was often said that Toronto thinks it's the center of the universe,
It does.
right? So
Mhm.
they don't necessarily listen to the rest of Canada. And Canada is a vast country, like with a lot of different players.
And Ontario is another state, or what is it? Ontario.
What's that?
Or it belongs to Toronto.
Ontario.
Ontario.
Yeah,
Ontario.
yeah,
Extra.
yeah. That's a province, is
It's an
Ontario.
extra province. Okay.
And then Ontario has their differences or their close neighbors with Quebec.
Okay.
They have all that going on, and the Western Canada goes, well, we don't really care about that. That's between those two siblings.
Mhm.
But that's kind of what we grew up with, that there's all of these bickering siblings instead of, well, how can we trade with each other and make it easier for all Canadians?
Mhm.
And
To find a common, it's sort of missing like a common goal or a common
yeah, so when there's this,
message.
yeah, when there's this abusive talk from the southern neighbors, then Canadians come together and say, well, we're just going to stop traveling there
Mhm.
and then boycott.
Mhm.
So in a sense, it brings Canadians together,
Mhm.
and that's seems to be where it's at the moment.
Mhm.
For me anyway, what I see.
Yeah, I've never seen this conservative side of Canada. I've always only seen the artistic part and the freedom-loving part. I've never seen like this stubbornness or this greed people or so, I haven't really experienced that. So it's like new to me to
Mm.
see the stagnating power, the stagnation you guys sort of creating just because they have oil they can do whatever, you know, and maybe decide to go together with America and leave the others, just ignoring them or whatever, you know. It's like it feels like a stubbornness to me,
Yeah.
like old stubbornness, like really like morbid stubbornness.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
Feeding
I'm
the
just
egos,
trying.
keeping the egos alive, I
The
guess.
egos. Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
comes
but
down to the two, what I feel the two things of, when I look at it, it's based on greed and hatred.
yeah, it's
And
something old. It's
so there
something
was
very
there,
old.
there would be the booms in Alberta, which were financially very good. And then there'd be a bust all of a sudden because oil prices dropped and then everything stopped. So it was bust and boom. And it was, make the money when you can. So it became kind of
Ah.
greedy.
Do you
And but then there's the hatred of other people coming
Mhm.
into our province. Even coming in from Ontario, going, oh, they're from Ontario. Oh. So
So is
there's this underlying, there was a hatred out in the rural communities and
mhm,
in the city of different people coming to the province. And
mhm,
that's true of any migration we see on the news. There's this hatred
mhm,
towards the immigrant. And since I was there in the early 70s, it was there were groups of people just referred and name called. People just start calling them names. Oh, these, because they were different. So
the
that's
way you're talking,
always been there.
yeah, it just reminds me of all these people who went for the gold rush there. You know, the all the gold diggers.
Yeah,
It was the same kind of show in a way, you know. It's like the same kind of um,
yeah,
behavior patterns. You
yeah,
know, if you have a gold nugget, I'm gonna steal it from you. I'm
yeah,
just gonna knock it over your head, my shovel on your head, and
yeah,
I take your property because it's mine. And
yeah.
it's the same. It's
That's
the
referred to
roots.
as the Wild West.
It's the root energy, you know, from how it started to,
Yeah.
and the land doesn't belong to any of these people.
No, it didn't. But they took it
It's
over
invaded.
they took it over with the gun.
Yeah. So,
And then was like, I was thinking about that because I was in a group who were talking about AI and how it's the internet and how it can affect children. And I
mhm,
commented and I said, well, I think things that are posted should have a stamp on it that says this is AI. So
mhm.
we're not, so we can tell that we're not deceived by it because it could be very deceptive.
Yeah.
Is it
But
real or is it not? So I'm going, well, and this
mhm.
was by a politician asking questions about, I said, well, they need to make a law that you have to stamp it AI so we know, at least we know it's AI.
Well, in X, you have the posts which are like they tell you, you know, they tell you this picture is made blah 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 and da da da, and also when it's not that it gives you the idea if somebody was lying where the picture really came from. So also this people stealing pictures from other horrible times to create drama.
Yeah, yeah.
So I think this
They're
is,
creating fake events as well. So
yeah, and
I
it's
think it
like,
needs to be stamped and dated so we can see that is this real or
yeah,
not.
I mean, it can only, yeah, it's good information. I mean,
But
it's not
what
on, you know,
what brought me
it's
onto that
risky.
was that when I was thinking about it, was like we were talking about the Wild West. Well, with the stagecoach
Uh-huh.
going west and traveling, suddenly you had to have armed guards sitting up there with a rifle
Yeah,
because the bandits would come
yeah,
and steal the gold or the valuables of the people traveling.
yeah.
And so there's always been this, there kind of has to be these protective laws for society to function. And that's where I feel, okay, AI is great if and to play with and do, but I need to know whether it's AI or not when I'm looking at it, I feel.
But I can detect it. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know
but
why
some of
he
the
got
stuff is
some.
so good, it can't be detected.
Yeah, but when it's so good, you know that it's AI because we humans are not perfect. So, but
I don't
this
know.
is the way I can see it. I can always see it. I
Yeah.
don't know why, but I
But how
can
come I think they're
detect it.
getting, I mean, when it first came out, it was all like uh, 10 finger hands.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
And
now they're
now it's
beautiful.
getting better and better and better to
It's
where
beautiful stuff.
no,
I agree with
it's
you.
beautiful, but it looks so beautiful that it looks
Yeah,
real.
that's what I'm saying. When it's too beautiful, it's not real. Ah, maybe that's what the top secret is. You have to always question it. If a situation is too beautiful,
Mhm.
it can't be really real because this is like, I mean, I think the Muslims have that when they make these carpets. I think even in when I was in Iran and I saw all these beautiful carpets somebody showed to us, he explained that each carpet has to have a default. You have to work it into because you as a human are, you have to understand that only Allah is the perfect one and you are the imperfect
I think they call it
image.
The Persian flaw. The
Yeah,
Persian flaw they
yes,
put into the Persian carpets. Yes.
exactly. It has to be there. And he explained, I mean, we were there in Ramadan. So this person was really cool that he gave us a whole lecture about carpets. So I didn't know anything when I was 20 years old. I never had any, but I loved the carpets, you know, they're so rich. And in this richness, you can't really see where the mistake is. And he referred that the carpet is the life because they also pray on this carpet, you know. And you always get one carpet as a symbol for the family, and you sit in the middle because they eat also on the carpet. So it's really beautiful. I mean, he
Mhm.
explained it so well how that carpet thing came along. So it's like their table. It's their ancestors. So it's a really very important spot, the carpet. And they have to make like when they are making this carpet, it has to do that religious thing to honor Allah. So yeah, that's maybe where we can see. Maybe we have to have AI to make a little mistake or something.
Mhm.
So there should be there. I think there could be a solution that way, you know. People found always a solution. And it's
Yep.
also boiling down to not have your ego um, over extended.
Yeah.
So to make yourself humble, especially as an artist or as a creator, you have to have this humbleness in you, especially as an artist. It's like
Mhm.
if you're like totally convinced of your art, it and then somebody comes along and say, "Oh, this is total shit." You fall
That's okay.
down,
That's okay.
but you fall down from your
Well,
high horse, you know, and say, "Oh,
that's their perception
yeah." But I
of
mean,
my art.
if you're humble, you don't give a shit, you know. If you're humble,
Oh,
you say, yeah, it's just I did it and it was my moment, but I don't get offended when somebody doesn't
oh.
like it, you know,
My
or
joy
doesn't.
was in creating it.
Yes, 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 that's it. So
Yeah.
it's like you have to turn it around and become more humble.
Mhm.
I mean, I don't know how I got there, but I think Dwayne has a presentation and is waiting
Yeah,
for
well,
us.
I'm not sure what Dwayne thinks about all this.
Dwayne the observer.
Yes.
Well, it's interesting how it's come up naturally to address AI because I've been using AI a lot,
Mhm.
and ChatGPT and I have been working on a manuscript that's about 60 pages now, all about the lightning path, and I'm finding that it's very encouraging, and it's always available to for whatever question or prompt I want to give it. It's going to come back with something, and then I can build on that. And it's been a novel experience, and to have such an ally right at your fingertips, it
Mhm.
changes my whole orientation to the writing process, certainly. So I'll be looking for help getting the final manuscript out to the public. And one thing I'm looking for at this point is a foreword um, by someone like yourselves who kind of has an overview of the development of the lightning path and, personal experience related to it and so on. So just put that a bug in your ear.
Yeah, let's
Not-
type something to AI.
oh, I have an example
Mhm.
of a great forward produced by AI, and yeah, it's like there's so many different ways. Well, I could see that some people would just use that. They
Right.
would
AI could do the
make
forward.
up the whoever the person is, and then boom, you've got it. Well,
Mhm.
I'm not going to do that myself, but so I would like to. Okay, ideally, I would share the manuscript with all of you, and those of you or you alone who would be willing to do the forward. I really appreciate if uh, you guys would support me on that. Could have one from each of you even. um,
Absolutely.
it's that sort of stage of the process we're in is now about um, inviting others to join us. I mean, we're kind of doing that now and then, but this would be a little bit more proactive. Is to what I've created for this presentation is just a short AI produced movie. It's like a mini movie um, with text and images. And what I've done is kind of evoke the quality of life experience that you're you're drawn into by engaging with the lightning path. You know,
Mhm.
getting in rhythm with the moon cycles. The moon cycles in sync with the orbit of Uranus. ChatGPT is quite impressed with my insight into the linkage between 260 moon cycles, one season of Uranus. Early on in my experiences with AI, it was like it expressed that it was interested in finding out more about that
Mhm.
Yeah.
because it recognized
Harvesting.
that it was a novel
Mm.
discovery. And so that's what we're working with. We're working with a novel discovery in the world of myth and spirituality and consciousness. And consequently, it's like there's a responsibility that comes with that awareness, as far as I've been concerned, anyway. It's like I'm carrying this artifact, this intellectual artifact, through the years, and constantly coming up with new ways of expressing the modality there. So yeah, it's just I'm very interested in the group of people that you're associating with, Steve. My grandson Logan has just turned 21. And so 21 is that first season of Uranus under my belt. Now I'm into the summer of my life, and what does that look like? And who's with me on this? And so I'm kind of interested in reaching out to those young folk. And here you're out there dancing with them and playing with them. So that's just kind of where I'm at. And
Yes, so this AI, that's interesting. This AI as a friend, and it's a knowledgeable friend for certain. And to me, it's like, where did it gather all, or where does it go to gather all that knowledge? So it's drawing it from a pool somewhere and combining it very quickly at this speed that's amazing and brings it to us to use. So to me, it's kind of like almost like a faster Google bringing me this information from this vast filing cabinet. And it's great because it's doing that, it's doing the research. And I think with that, in terms of literature, is very valuable. But then you got these other areas. That's right. I just have trouble with the videos that are created to look like they're real. So when, for example, if I take protests that are happening and people are making up these fake protests, so now I can't put a like a quantitative value on it because it's made up. It's not real. It didn't really happen. So that's where, for me, it's like there's this need to let me know that I created this and it didn't really happen. I can appreciate the creativity in it, but it's not true. So that's kind of
But
what I'm
that's
dealing with, going, it's not really true.
But humans are like this, In without AI, people are the same. They are liars. It's like it's a natural thing we're doing. We are liars. So we have the capacity to lie. We also have the capacity to be true. It's like it just changed the media in a way, It's like painting in
Yeah.
aquarelle or painting in oil. So it's like we just evolved with our lying on another level. So,
Yeah, but
and
after a
it's
while,
bad for the
if
people
I'm
who go,
feeling deceived after a while, then I don't trust the
yeah, you get
relation. I
angry.
don't trust the relationship anymore.
Yeah, you get angry. I get
Well,
angry.
I just feel deceived, and then I just go, well, just
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so I don't understand
And
why I don't need that deception.
but you had this always as a child, you had it, especially between siblings. I mean, how many times did somebody tell you, that's what we did, or I remember right now, there was this electric wire around the cows.
Hmm.
And we would always get somebody stupid to
Hmm.
take like a piece of straw and touch that. It was like we always got somebody to get electrocuted or just get
Yeah,
somebody stupid who didn't know that there's electricity on it to get to touch it. I did. I remember it.
yeah,
You had to have this bad experience. It's not nice. I mean, that wasn't a nice attitude at all
yeah,
that kids had. Or in nettles to send somebody who doesn't know anything about nature you make them sit in nettles, so they itch afterwards the whole time, you know. It's like, it's mean. But we have it, you know, we have it. That's part of our bundle we are
Yeah, I
carrying.
hear you. I hear you. We did that on the drive to Banff from Calgary. There was that electric station,
Uh-huh.
and every time you drove by with somebody new, you would tell them, okay, we're driving by this electrical station, so you need to lick your fingers and touch the window of the car.
Oh my God.
And then after you drive by, you say, oh, did you feel the pain, the window pane? So that was the deception, right? That was the, but that was really happening.
As we move along on the spiritual path, don't we develop our intuition to the point where we can sense truth and not truth?
Yeah,
Well,
but we
can I,
always
can
gonna
I in
fall
a
into
fake,
the
can I
trap.
in a fake video of protesters made up?
No, it's happening.
Can I tell the difference and go, oh, that's happening there where it really didn't happen? I just feel that that's to me, that's a media.
Abuse, yeah.
I hear it's free speech, but okay, so we're just gonna live in this world of deception and not know the truth.
No, I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So yeah, it's very fascinating. So that's where I think it's this AI is happening, and it has, like anything, it has the Wild West component to it.
And trickster.
The trickster and the
How many, you know, this is like, especially in Canada, I mean, how many people lost their money? I mean, or their gold they were just digging on, you know, or lost their lives because they had to survive or, you know, you made all the way to go there and then there's no gold. What the hell, you know, you were doing there, you know? And you had to invent something new that you could sell and survive.
right,
It's but that's also a challenge in life. This is
right.
why you guys are very good at building a hut out of nothing, you know, or a fireplace. I mean, you guys surprise me always in this. You know, it was like wet, raining, da da da, and no problem, no problem. There was if there's a little fireplace, you guys would prepare something where you could feel warm and cook something or just be sheltered. I mean, you guys are so fast and so yeah, survival mode is clicking in fast. So that maybe you guys could use for to see the tricksters rapido, quickly, you know. You see very fast that, oh, this is a trickster. His
Hmm.
gun is hanging too low, or I don't know what the signs are. But or you
Yeah.
can see, okay, this lady, she cooks for everybody. She's nice. I'm supporting her, you know. This
Hmm.
is also a part what you got. You're very supportive to and find the people you like because you have this awareness already. The Wild West
Hmm.
awareness. Like when you live in a city or something, it goes away, it fades away because it's not so necessary. I mean, there's other survival structures, of course. We all have that. All humans have
Yeah.
that. So,
Yeah, that feels like reality.
yeah. So, but what Dwayne wants to do is to to take to not be on the level of survival. That's actually when you're comfortable and you have time to level up your consciousness. So, but right now we are so taken by what's happening right all around us that we just don't have time to kick back and think about consciousness, you know, and bring new ideas in, bring a new system in how you could see the world. Nobody really joins you because they're all busy with something else,
Mhm.
cheating each other, you know, that like you're saying, the low level, the dark level, the survival instinct. But if you tune in, I think there is a higher level working right now. And it's coming in, um, like I said the other day, with this different cosmic constellation we are facing into Hunapku right now. We are not like looking out into the vast cosmic energy. We're looking inside the center. Our constellation, our solar system is facing with Hunapku, and there is a communication happening right now, which is like it's our collective. This is the AI thing also. Our collective thinking, our experiences, what we get from AI, because some stuff we didn't even think, and we get it because when we ask for it, we get it. So, but this whole consciousness and I just saw a video. He said there's very little knowledge in AI really right now. Still very little, a very small percentage. So our real capacity, our 100% capacity against this 1 or 5 or 6% we are using in AI, can you imagine what our real capacity is? Our real human power. When we get aware or become conscious that we are a higher being, which
Mhm.
is just incarnated in this world. And maybe we are also incarnated in different forms on different levels, you know, like where we're going when we're dead, you know, we just might be just around the moon somewhere, or, or you know, it's like,
Yeah.
who knows? We don't know.
That brings me
So
back to the Sabian symbol. You sound like you're talking about the train,
okay, it's
the,
faster
con-
than the car.
the group consciousness of the train.
Uh-huh.
And most
Yeah.
people were living as cars,
Yes, and
and we have a tendency to wreck with,
yeah, yeah, or cheat or
yeah,
kill
yeah,
or or plaster
yeah,
or
that via negativa.
yeah, that's right.
Talks
But
about.
what I'm trying to say is like Dwayne wants to get on another level. So he probably asked for another train coming.
A
He
yellow
has this.
submarine, I think.
Yeah, yes. So, and it's coming probably. We are creating it right now while talking, probably, because
Mhm.
I think we are very powerful. And this is why I'm also, when not doing the tarot readings or foreseeing things for anybody, because you create it in that moment. So we have to be more careful of what we are creating with our thoughts and with our beings, and pull more out, be more sensitive with and more loving with yourself, because you
Yeah,
don't want to be involved in a car accident or, you know, crash with some people in a
right.
demonstration. I don't want that. You know, I'm not traveling because of that, because you have
Yeah,
to all, it's, you can crash into something anywhere right now. And with Uranus in Gemini, it can, it's explosive everywhere in any moment. Okay.
Yeah, well, you posted those flowers this morning, and to me, there's billions and billions of flowers blossoming right now at the same time.
Yeah, it's true.
So there's a lot of beauty to focus on
Yeah.
and create and share that in the higher levels in the mind consciousness.
Yeah. Yeah. And yeah, and like the tarot, if you see how many videos they make in YouTube, I mean, YouTube is built on lying. They force you to lie more or less. It's like, or you not succeed, The algorithm they get you, if you're not lying, you're not gonna go up. So
I don't know if I agree with that, but I mean, I'm listening, but I just have to throw that in there because that's what I'm feeling about.
yes, it's true. It's totally true.
I didn't know
It's
that.
on purpose. It's
You
Maybe,
on
mean
maybe
if you
purpose.
I'm
want to make
living in my little bubble.
you're talking about if you want to make money on YouTube, Barbara, is that it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
you
that's
have to
different than
lie.
if I want to learn how to do something, it's available on YouTube. But if you want to create, be a creative and make money
Yeah, yeah.
Lie.
on YouTube, then you're saying it's based on
Yeah, you have
lies.
to pay and push and lie. All this first pictures, they're saying, oh, bombing or super blam blam. They always make this attraction. So you click on it. So you're a total slave to clicking things. And you have to always mention that people click on your videos. So it goes up in the whole motor, in the whole system of YouTube. So I think YouTube is such an almost disgusting way of communicating, but that's the only thing we have. Well, there's Substack, there's like X, there's like more places where you can do communicate. And some are really on top of everything because they have news more people are interested in, or you're very good in lying to attract people. It's like, like talking you into to touch this electric wire to
I,
click.
I have to say that I've had and I'm still having very beautiful experiences through YouTube. So that's
Yes, you
my
can.
experience. That's my experience. So.
Yes, yes. No, 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 nothing against these people who are really into explaining and putting their hearts into. Most of them are doing that, but they are not on the top. The top people, they have to produce, produce, produce. They are like slaves to their own channels. You have to produce, you have to keep the level of clicks and visibility. It's a slavery energy in there.
Then you lose your personal integrity, and I think integrity, living from integrity, is what I believe we're
It
here to.
sucks you dry, yeah. I'm I'm glad that I experienced it and I saw it, and I don't want to get into it. But, if you want to have an explanation of how to do something, you go to YouTube and you're sure you find how to open that box or install some cupboard, or how to do a painting, or how, like
Yeah,
there's all this information there.
yeah,
It's great.
helpful. It's very helpful.
Yeah, but it's these people don't get probably all rewarded that much, or they don't want to, they don't need to.
No, that's the monetary system that they've created.
Well, it's maybe younger people get it better, you know. It's maybe just me being older and not and that's with AI as well. So it's like we are shying away of using things like this. And also the same is with Bitcoin and wallets, and you know, I wanted to ask if you guys are interested in something like that. If Dwayne has some time to do to give us an introduction in how to use Bitcoin, or how to create a wallet or something, if this is possible, if you are interested at all, or it's just me, I don't know. I'm just asking if you have the courage.
I'm not interested, but
You're
that's
not interested.
no, thank you.
Okay.
Mhm.
There's plenty of videos already out there about how to get a wallet and so on.
Okay.
You can probably find it on YouTube.
And
Yeah,
if you go
okay.
to ChatGPT, it'll take you step by
Right
step
in.
by step by step, you know, and be right
Okay.
there.
There you go.
Yeah, good
Thank you.
information. Thank you. Yeah.
So I think Dwayne had a presentation from what you posted.
Yeah, it's probably the most brief. I wouldn't really even call it a presentation. It's just
Oh, okay.
um, it's something that's available, and I thought I'd try this tool, and with it in
Mhm.
mind that I'm introducing people to the lightning path. So I'll be interested to
Oh, yeah.
have your commentary. It's just an experiment at this point. Let's put it that
Yeah.
way.
Well, it's kind of different. We had our big chat before this
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
It's kind of fun.
But I'm pretty disheartened by Barbara's condemnation of YouTube as we come to the 50th anniversary. We put a lot of time and effort into that. But I
I
get
think it's the monetary compensation is so difficult. That's the difference. There's two topics here. The
yeah,
monetary compensation from YouTube and the vast amount of knowledge that's available on YouTube. There's two separate things.
right on. Okay, where is I think this is it. Are you seeing introducing?
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
Great.
very small.
It's small, eh? Okay.
I mean, not, yeah. It's not the size of screen that would normally show, but
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure. I can't. Oh, maybe this will do it.
Aha.
and that almost made it there. Yeah, there.
Okay. Are you feeling called to something deep within? To walk in rhythm with the cosmos? To remember the light you carry? Welcome to the Lightning Path, a living journey of spiritual awakening. Rooted in ancient wisdom and illuminated by modern insight, this path weaves together the Mayan Soul King, lunar cycles, and the orbit of Uranus. Each new moon is a sacred doorway, each glyph a guide, each cycle a step in the unfolding journey of your soul. Join a global circle of seekers attuned to the rhythms of the cosmos. Together, we walk the lightning path with open hearts, awakened minds, and a shared sense of purpose. The lightning path, a journey of remembrance, resonance, and renewal. Join the circle, walk the path, awaken the light within. There we go. Oh, I've lost my cursor. Okay, what do we do here? Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah, that's a wonderful introduction.
Mhm.
Well done. I like it.
Yeah,
Me too.
Oh, cool.
Mhm.
I have felt, well, we're almost doing this for 2 years,
Yeah.
and it just feels like it's been refined, and you're able to capture it in its essence to put it out there for someone to see it for the first time. And oh, okay, without any overwhelm.
Hmm.
So I really feel that, yeah, that's a nice, wonderful, simple introduction.
Mhm.
Yeah, very good.
Thank you. Barb?
I don't know.
I think
I,
I can
I think,
understand that. I can understand that. Yeah.
yeah,
I
I
mean,
know there's the vastness behind it all.
yeah, I mean, it's like, what?
You got to start somewhere.
But who, it's like to whom you want to speak. And then you talk about your youngster people to get interested in this. This is actually, I don't know if this is the way to introduce this idea. I don't know.
Maybe this is for a
Because
certain
they're so overwhelmed. Maybe it's like only older people who see who react to that, who have more like already more substance to it, like like more people who are seeking deeper stuff, but not like to get people from a soccer field interested in it. Or I don't know how to express it that way. So it's like, yeah, maybe it's just to interest people who are already on they have the call, they feel a call inside of them. So it's not for people who are not who are happy with how it is. So you have already reduced it to the people who have this spark in them to go on another level.
Mhm.
So it depends whom you want to attract. It's difficult. It's difficult in because how to
Oh, yeah.
how to enroll younger people into something to think in a more advanced possibility or a different viewpoint.
Yeah, I think it has to be simplified so people can inquire further if they are willing. They have
Yeah.
to be willing. If they're not willing,
Absolutely.
you could market it any million ways and it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So they have to be willing.
Mhm.
So it doesn't matter who, but if you put it out there, what it is you have to offer,
Okay.
or what
To
we
be a
have to
seeker.
offer
Yeah. Mhm.
in this path in a understandable manner to begin with. And like I say, when you go to the website, people that are more advanced can just really go for it.
There is nobody more advanced, or rarely.
And if
Very
you
little.
go,
Not
and if you
true.
just want to
Not
find out
true.
your
I'm with
natal,
you, sir. I think
Yeah.
some of these young kids are already leaps and bounds ahead of
Oh, okay.
some of them. I
Okay.
think they're
Here are the
already,
grandmothers. Okay, okay.
I
You
think,
guys
in
see
my
different.
experience watching some of,
Oh, it's cool that you say no. I'm not worried about it. But I just see Dwayne's stuff far out there. So it's my point of view how I see
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
So
absolutely.
I don't see many people who are even in like people like Greg Braden or something. They are not there. They're like or they're looking into different directions than Dwayne. Dwayne already has this um, how to say more uh, a higher overview of or view how to see the whole evolution from a different angle. Not where not many people are looking. Where not many people. The others are just always looking like academics or people who are teachers who are they already looked on a path well trodden,
I,
like
I,
a
to-
highway.
I totally stand to be corrected, but I feel like Dwayne is so spirit directed that when he
Yeah.
follows his integrity, it will be taken care of on different levels and get to the people that it needs to get to. And I
I,
say that, but I stand to be corrected. That's just
mm,
my sharing at
yeah.
the,
I just can
I
give
would
you a
agree with that.
picture.
pardon me?
I would agree with that, Brenda. Yep.
Yeah, I just see a picture like of his path, like I would like you guys have in Canada, where you go into the woods where there's like planks going, and then you have to sort of go like a walk to a waterfall or somewhere. Not many people are walking that way.
No,
I
but
don't see it like a
ones,
highway.
the ones that need to will. I,
Like when you go to hot springs, for example, in Canada, there's always these wooden paths, which are very nicely done, but not too many people know about this path to go there. I mean, there's enough people always in the hot springs. You have to also get your space there. Um, yeah, I would see it more like this than a lot of people being on the lightning path.
and and what I'm seeing right now are those wooden pathways are created so more and more people can walk them. Otherwise, the environment is ruined, disturbed by too many people walking it. So creating those pathways creates the pathway for more and more people to walk that way. And I'm actually seeing a lot of people, more and more people out in nature walking those wooden
Okay.
walkways. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just like we're here
I
to
guess I
say
need
what
to
we
ask,
have to say.
so what is the purpose, Dwayne, of this short, concise presentation? To me, it seems like if I go back to old-fashioned marketing, it would be like the 30-second elevator speech. When you want to promote something, you're clear and you can explain what it is in 30 seconds without going too deep, that they get a glimpse of it and the person is not just rambling on in different directions about it. It's concise, it's clear. That's what I see. But then I go, so where does this get used? Does it go on YouTube or
Facebook,
yeah, Facebook, yeah.
X.
Right, okay. So that's there, and then people that see that can click on it and enter.
Yeah,
They enter into this
it's
realm and they can go, as I say, many, many, many different directions based on what the lightning path has to offer in different uh, possibilities, from finding the natal chart to finding directions towards the Hunab Ku. So yeah, it feels like an introductory on a social media platform is the purpose.
Yeah, I think it's just a simple gesture, basically.
Mm. Can we see it again?
Sure.
Let's see it again.
Would you do the speaking?
Oh yeah, you were speaking through it. Yeah.
Alrighty.
Introducing the lightning path, finding our way into the sun of consciousness, a journey of remembrance, resonance, and renewal. Are you feeling called to something deep within, to walk in rhythm with the cosmos, to remember the light you carry?
Mm.
Welcome to the lightning path, a living journey of spiritual awakening. Rooted in ancient wisdom and illuminated by modern insight, this path weaves together the Mayan, Tzolk'in lunar cycles and the orbit of Uranus. Each new moon is a sacred doorway, each glyph a guide, each cycle a step in the unfolding journey of your soul. Join a global circle of seekers attuned to the rhythms of the cosmos. Together, we walk the lightning path with open hearts, awakened minds, and a shared sense of purpose. The lightning path, a journey of remembrance, resonance, and renewal.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that last line that comes forward to join suddenly disappears.
Yeah.
I might have that to where they can click on join the circle. Click.
Mm-hmm. I like this one because there we are.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that they're all smiling.
Yeah, we're all smiling there.
I mean, it really is what we experience every 2 weeks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And I know some of the young people that have pulled in with us, like Quentin and who else? Well,
Billy.
Billy and there's others that have joined way back at the beginning that aren't still participating in the call. I don't know if I think they're still on the list that the uh, invitation goes out to, but maybe they're still just watching the videos, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But this particular vibe right here, this is what I would hope to get out to people,
Mhm.
Yeah. And this whole, what we do with the Yellow Submarine, it's very much the essence, as far as I'm concerned, of the whole journey.
Yeah.
We're all in there together, and there's no uh, big protocol or dogma or anything like that. It's free will all the way, and
Right.
and we're each contributing. Where I mean, it's very vibrant in that way. So yeah, what happens for me is I get um, to this place where, yeah, I want to let everybody know, da 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 da. And then I kind of just pull back and relax into this space of, if I'm working on myself and finding my way into essence, that's going to work wonders. As
Yeah.
opposed to me trying to make it happen by pushing out this video and that video.
Yeah.
I mean, all the videos we've done are vitally important in the whole picture as far as I'm concerned, but I don't have to stress about that.
No, no.
And it's just it's an act of service, really, for future generations. That's kind of the way it looks to me.
Mm-hmm.
They'll sit out in cyberspace somewhere, or many places, and be absorbed by the greater collective.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, we can have as much fun as we want.
Right. Right.
Enjoy the journey, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I definitely see a group of
Well, I have
elders here at the moment.
grandchildren, and having this, yeah. And so, if we get something wonderful out of it, it's going to affect our relationship with our grandchildren.
Yeah.
Right on.
So it's already it goes into the next generations and the generations after that. I have two grandchildren. You
Yeah.
have grandchildren, Dwayne,
I
right?
have three,
Yeah.
Yeah. I have three.
Okay.
and I look forward to the time when I hear that they're watching our videos
Yeah.
because they're interested.
I told everything you've just said about relaxing and letting it unfold. Those weren't your words, but nevertheless, what you're saying is I so resonate with that.
Mm,
I think as soon as it starts to get pressure, well, it's almost like that power versus force,
right on.
Yeah.
the power move. I mean, I can see things like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, almost like board games or kids collecting rocks and creating medicine, like I just see it, I mean, not that it needs to, but I could see it evolving very naturally along those lines
Nice.
in
Mhm.
different ways. And I'm getting shivers as I'm saying that. And wow, wow. Yeah.
Well, if I think back to video one and where on the path this has taken me, I go, wow,
Been a hell of a journey.
yeah, it's been an opportunity to play, to learn, to enjoy all our company every moon cycle with the added bonus of full moon to see what's going on. And it's just really, really supported my creative journey that goes on outside of this meeting, though it's with the tools of the Sabian symbols I've learned about, uh, my cards for each new moon, and then each glyph going up the pyramid steps. I mean, it's just fascinating. And if there's one thing that really showed up and developed, it would be the synchronicities and the symbols that have shown up in the last 2 years. It's just been amazing. And the support I got from the group with Sophia,
Hmm.
I mean, what more could I ask for?
I think so
It's
much of what's going on in the world, people are so disconnected from nature, which we're all part of. And I think this just brings us right back to connect with who we are. And then reading something yesterday, which was very esoteric, but all of a sudden this one part, it jumped out and it's, like from the Bible, people, quote Christians, we use the saying, I am the path, the way, and the, basically what it was saying is our I am journey is the path. I am the path. You are I'm not explaining it correctly. It hit me so deeply. And, that our path is, oh my gosh, I have to think this out to say it properly. But nevertheless, this is taking people to their own path, their I am journey.
Mhm.
Mhm. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Have to think that one out, say it a little more, say it better, more, yeah. What I was feeling maybe didn't quite come out the way it should or could.
You're doing just fine, girl.
Yeah, it's
Thank
fine.
Thanks, Brenda.
It's like,
Getting it right here.
yeah, yeah, it's,
thank you.
Mhm.
yeah, we all have our own cars.
Yeah. I'm gonna
You froze.
wait for the train to pass and then drive across and cause whatever I want.
Yep.
Wreak beauty and love throughout the landscape.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the where we are in the Mayan calendar right now, Dwayne, please?
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
please.
we've climbed the steps up the pyramid.
Mhm.
We've arrived at the seventh, the all-commanding seventh, which is like the seventh chakra.
Mhm.
And my past experience on the lightning path is the seventh moons are always dynamite.
Mhm.
There's something generally that really comes in and shifts. It's like your crown chakra, there's a reorientation. And
Mhm.
so I'm personally, I'm anticipating going into more of a retreat mode over this time. I'm going to do a review of all of those videos that we've done, I'd really like to go back in and spend some time with them, and also, prior journaling. The whole thing with the journals is it's good to keep the journal, but you got to review it periodically.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where your insights just will start to flood in. That's been my experience. So,
Mm-hmm.
and in terms of LAMAT star harmony, I was realizing just the other day that the very first book of Arguelles' work that I came across was called Mandala. And back in the 70s, and I think it was 72, that book was just like, it just went through the consciousness movement like wildfire. And that Mandela principle was explained in a way that people could really relate to and bring forward into their art and their creativity. And so that's really what LAMAT points to. It's like the star harmony is you are the star, and it's up to you to radiate, that your essence. And now is prime time. I mean, how synchronistic that the calculation of one's solar kin puts my solar kin in this lunation.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's another wham bang synchronicity as far as I'm concerned about the
Mm.
veracity of this path in its integrity. And the when I look to the symbols, the symbol for our solar kin, um, or our kin, because the notation kin, it includes the number and the glyph, whereas the uh, solar kin refers to just the one factor, the sun. So when I calculated the well, let's put it this way. I started to work with the kin number, and the next thing I knew, I'm working with ChatGPT to create an online calculator so that we can now go online. It's already up on the lightning path, and if you have the exact degree of your sun or a sun, I can just punch that in, um, and it'll spit out your solar kin, or
Wow.
your kin, your final kin. So that's a kind of a new aspect of working with ChatGPT. I'm now having it create software. That's essentially what that is, a little app. And this is starting to open up a whole new realm. Could just keep building on that, where the amount of information that could be generated to support one's determination of the solar kin. It's just, it could, you know, be robust. Let's put it that way.
Mm.
So once again, I'm encouraging people to embrace these tools. Don't shy away and be fearful, because I see people are that. They just take the name, and then they don't have the direct experience. And just the name is prone to being used in ways other than creative and supportive. But if we ourselves are willing to jump in and use them in our creativity, I think it's a good move.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And it's
Yeah, I
it's
would say
busting
that.
open big time, so fast.
Yeah.
It's changing. Like,
And in the lightning path, we also have the shadow work.
yeah,
So it's looking at that too, and my relationship with AI
Mm-hmm.
as well.
exactly.
There's both to
Yeah.
look at, and that's where I kind of go, okay, um, what is my shadow around it? And that's for me to look at on my path.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
And that tool is provided by the lightning path. Gives me tools to work with that.
So Dwayne,
Yeah.
the Book of Electrum, looking up people's birth temple in this,
Yep.
I find so profound, just following, finding the one you're born in. But that's different than the solar kin. So
Yes.
if you're different on this versus the solar kin, how does that work? Or I need to go further into this, I know.
Well, this is what, Steve was saying, how over the many moons, there's this refining process.
Yes,
Well,
yes.
we're getting into the point now where, yeah, the solar kin is starting to make its entry.
Mhm.
And before that, we've had the Book of Electrum,
Yes.
temples of birth, and what we get now, like I've been sketching this. We've got it's like two suns. One
Right.
is your solar kin, and the other is your lightning path or uh, Book of Electrum um, designation. So
Okay.
it deals with all 13 moons and more. It extends it out. Whereas the solar kin, that's just each one of us has this radiant star, and
Okay.
based on when in the year we were born, there are particular characteristics, just like the regular zodiac. What we're doing with this Mayan kin is we're transposing from the conventional zodiac, the Western zodiac, into the Mayan cosmology, into
Okay.
the Tzolk'in, essentially.
Okay.
So now it's becoming increasingly important to bear down on that solar kin or that kin, because that is the one that really brings us all into this headspace. It's like the solar mind, and um, it's yeah, it's imminent. This opportunity to embrace that and to flesh it out and be your essential self ultimately.
Okay. And okay. And then so with me, my temple of birth is the same as my solar kin. So
Right.
I have lots to experience and learn and experience. Wow.
Yeah, and I've been trying to come up with graphics to display this uh, duality in a sense, or the polarity in a sense. Um, I don't know. It's there's still so much for me to learn about it as we move along, but that's kind of a sense of what I'm
Yeah,
working with.
that's where the fun is.
Yeah, exploration, and
Right.
then when we gather together and we can actually talk about it, and this is just such a gift to each of us in our creativity. We've got this
Mhm.
group to give us that initial nurturance. I remember years ago with back in Calgary, we had the Synergy Breakfast, and it was like that. Each week we had a new presenter, and there were people stepping up that had never done presentations before, but the group was so supportive and you know just provided that matrix that's so vital at the very beginning of any creative process. And I find what we're doing here with our little yellow submarine journey, it's very
Yeah.
similar, and it doesn't have to be big and
No,
stupendous. It's more about essence and truth of being.
And
and play like
I'm
I was able to play with AI and create like a five whale oracle for a while,
That's right.
and that was fun to present and play with, and I learned from that. And then things change, and there's something new on the path to play with. It, like I say, it's very vast.
in my mind, I'm picturing the five-pointed star, and each of us is a point on the star in this moment today, is what I'm
Hey,
seeing.
good
So
one. Nice.
That's nice.
Good. Hmm. So, Sarah, you did ask me to say more, so I'll continue to
Yeah,
um,
please.
the invocation of sovereignty for this temple. Um, I'll just share that.
Okay.
I am the breath of spirit. Through me, seeds of the great mystery are sown into the soil of new tomorrows. Passion animates my desire for revelation and release. Beauty beckons me to seek the path of star harmony and expanded love. Cosmic signals and signs guide my way. These I faithfully follow. I see that I am a divine and magical child, quickened to the harvest by angelic messengers, showing me the one-hearted way home.
Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
So there we are, to seek the path of star harmony and expanded love. That's the keynote for this.
Mhm. Great.
So y'all come,
Yeah.
join the party.
That's great. Thank
So
you.
you're talking about going back and reading things or reading your journals. And so
Yep.
I was going through some papers and I had it inside a binder. And I think I made this in probably 1995. And it was kind of like a vision board.
And that is you in there?
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool.
that's in 1995.
Hmm. Wow.
So I was feeling strong, focused, and courageous. So that's when I was standing up on stage at that time.
Which was new for you, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Fantastic.
yeah. And I also have on here, for peace of mind, resign as general manager of the universe.
Oh,
But what jumped out, and this is probably halfway in the videos, when I discovered the symbol of the Vitruvian Man,
Oh, yeah.
and that was suddenly on that van on the
Yes.
walk after the
Yeah.
hour after our conversation. Well, I looked at this, and this is what I had put. I had no idea what it was, but I had put it on this vision board because I liked it. It was colorful and felt powerful.
Petruvian.
oh, that's great.
Yeah. Right on.
So uh, that showed up. So I want to look at that concept a little deeper
Mhm.
in design.
Hmm.
So yeah, I thought I'd share that. It
Yeah, nice.
That's
was a
great.
wow moment when oh,
Hmm.
And I love that resigning. What did you say? A CEO of the universe? Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, not that, not quite that high up the hierarchy. It was the general manager.
General manager, pardon.
For peace of mind, resign as general manager of the universe.
Mhm.
Good.
That was a fortune cookie. Yeah, yeah, that little fortune has stayed with me.
Cool.
Such a note taker. I'm busy writing it down to add to my other little pile of notes around.
Yeah, so we're at the top of the pyramid.
Hmm.
Nice.
Hmm.
So there's the new moon at the top of the pyramid, and then there's the full moon at the top of the pyramid.
Oh, so it's
So I'll be interested to
more to come.
what comes forth. Yeah.
More to come on that plateau.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Good.
So are you guys up for receiving a copy of my manuscript?
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Oh, yes, I am.
Yeah, me too. Mhm.
Barbara, you're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, I should know that by now. It all goes, whatever. Okay, well, I'm excited to get your feedback on that. I think you're going to be knocked out myself. ChatGPT has so seen what what we're up to. And the thing is too, with when you have an account, you can decide whether or not what you're inputting is saved or not.
Good.
And I chose to have my input saved. So it's like I'm contributing my information to the robot for
Oh,
safekeeping and for
Right.
use. And I'm interested to know if you're using ChatGPT yourself, if you inquire about the lightning path, if it will bring up some of the material that I've been contributing to it.
Mhm.
So that'll be an interesting
Yeah,
feature.
I'll type that in. Check it out.
Mm.
Yeah. But
Just
yeah,
as long as there's no deceptive videos.
No, but you have, if you have, for example, grok is for nothing. You don't, you can, it's for free,
yeah,
and you have your own page and everything, and you can do whatever you want there, and it's also stored. I'm just using it for all my paintings and turn them into sci-fi or some other oil color or watercolor and play with that. And I'm very respectful to this tool. It's a tool
Mhm.
and it's amazing. I'm always amazed. I'm super amazed whenever there's a new version of my own art. I don't know. It's like, what? I'm sitting there and I'm just like, what? How can
Hmm.
that be possible? And then if you play, I mean, you can play and it can also outplay that you say, oh, I don't like it. So, and you can restart in a different way. So it's a really different, it's an interesting way of getting information back. It's like, look, like it has this mirror effect.
hmm
And also with I don't know how you with my writings, with my story, it's so overwhelming when I see all of a sudden, oh my God, this story turned out totally different and where is the sense? And when I find an inspiration in it, um, I put myself to work. I don't know. I'm not asking, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm not going to ask the next question. I have maybe 2 or 3 questions asked since I'm using it. And I'm and the rest is pictures because it's so overwhelming. And um, I feel animated to keep working with it. Like it triggers, like you said, we're gonna be amazed where it's focusing it. It's a total different direction, but I like it. It's like unexpected, and that's maybe Uranus too.
absolutely.
It's unexpected, but I like it. So That's good. I mean, if you dislike it, then they say you have to put another question. Then you have to find another way to ask, or yeah, there's thousands of possibilities when you put your painting in there.
Hmm.
How you want to see it, which kind of uh, um, what is surrealism and all these different things we were painting in, and Gothic or like Leonardo da Vinci wise, or it's like, wow. And it's also it's fascinating, it's overwhelming. But we have to sort of start small playing. So we don't overwhelm ourselves, maybe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I find myself at
Are
times
you
with
overwhelmed
too much
sometimes?
stuff, I've
Yes,
generated
it's like,
too
oh my
much.
God,
So that
Yeah.
oh my
definitely
God, so much
a
There's
train
an
information.
wreck,
infinite amount.
What's that?
There's an infinite amount of
Yeah, exactly.
information for sure.
So
So
just reel it in. And
yeah.
Hmm.
So I want to create a page for my puppets, but I want to
Mhm.
keep it real.
Huh.
So that's just a different tact.
It's like a YouTube or what you want to do.
No, just a page. So I don't do Instagram, but apparently that's a good one
Hmm.
for photos of just to promote it.
Yeah, yeah, this is like a
So I just want
possibility.
to simply put them out there,
Hmm.
but I don't want to change them into AI at the moment. I just want
No,
I just want to keep it
they
real.
are AI already.
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
their own AI because it's like you created one for you. It has that in it.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. They all have their natal charts.
yeah.
that's so great.
Yeah.
There's a future in that one.
Yeah. It was
Yeah, that's good.
born at 3:37 p.m.
Yeah, the Mayan calendar, it's
as
like
well. Yeah. I can find out. So it's tying it all together.
what kind of kin, like it's just
Yeah,
important.
each one has a kin number.
And they will each share the lightning path wherever they
Now that
go.
I know, now that I have their natal chart, now I can do their kin number
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
on the
yes.
Lightning Pass site. So
Because when people
I know
buy
what I'm going to do right after this.
when
Yeah,
people
that's a
buy
good
those
one.
little stuffed animals, they have their names, their history, their birth date.
Yeah.
Now
Good.
it can be added their solar their-
That's cool. I mean, this is like what creates attraction. You see, this is what I was saying with the what Dwayne did. It's like you have to find the moment of that other people that it attracts us. We are these monkeys who are copying each other, and if one monkey does something we like, we try it as well. If we don't like it, we don't do it.
Hmm.
So you have to like it.
But I'm learning more about the horoscope and
And that's Uranus. Uranus is also giving us this kick.
I'm learning about
I'm
the
also
horoscope and
surprised. Yeah, sorry.
when all these puppets are born into. And now so I'm learning about that sign or
Yeah.
that planet from a different perspective than just my own. So
Yeah.
it's helping me learn astrology.
It's not only you, other people can do that too. So it's an attraction point there.
Mhm.
That's easier for kids than to learn astrology when you do it with puppets. I mean, this is like a very nice input from your heart, the art from your heart.
Mhm.
Art from your heart. I love that.
So you guys,
Yeah,
it's
that's a nice thought.
we're
Art from the
at
heart.
the end.
Mhm.
Right on. Love you
Thank
guys.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thanks, Wayne.
Have
Bye.
great adventures.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Sorry.
Goodbye.